demonstrating how the square root of 1 is larger than the square root of 2. Now, just so you know, you can find the square root of 2 geometry. Simply take this length would be the square of the 2. If you call this 1 and this 1, draw it geometrically. You could take this line here. In this particular case, this line is 99 millimeters across. The square that we're calling, or the side that we're calling 1 in this example, is 64. If you divide 90 millimeters by 64, you get approximately 1.40625 millimeter, or a ratio between the two. Now this would be the square root 2 approximately, because obviously I'm off in my drawing a little bit, because then you can look in your calculator, 14142. But very close consider drawing when you consider how much when you get to the thousandths of a millimeter, the size that you're dealing with. But now, if you see the circle that goes around the square here is coming up to this point. Now, it's actually the radius there is the circle, but now if you take this as the 1 this way, you can see there's the size difference here, because 1 squared is just basically taking the line there and squaring it. But in essence, you can say 1 times 1 is times is still 1, so we could still calling this the circumference of the square, or the circle, as if you want. But now the difference here, oddly enough, if you drew a circle inside the square, the difference would be that touching in there. So we're talking about what's the difference of 1 as opposed to this one here. And if you minus it out, you get a difference of 1.277 millimeters minus the 64, 1.203. Now the 1.2 difference, that's basically the difference of the square root of how the ratio, square root of 1 is 1.2 times as large as square root of 2. Now if you add 0.02 onto that square root of it, add on 20386, which would be the exact figure that we'd be looking for if I could draw it perfectly, but we'd then get the golden ratio. So the square root of 2, or the golden ratio, is the difference between the square root of 2 and the square root of 1. And the square root of 1 is therefore the golden ratio. Thank you.